Why, hello there. Welcome to my parlor. I am the Crimson Jester, here to entertain you for a while and alleviate you from the boredom which has brought you here. Hopefully. Welcome to part 2 of What If Izuku Midoriya bonded with Toxin. Where we last left off, Izuku Midoriya and Toxin they introduced themselves to one another. They got accustomed to sharing a body, at least at that moment. And, well, each of them had a reason to stay by the other. Toxin for fear he could not bond with another host, as well as a bit of connection to its first. And Izuku for the emotional support and, well, power that Toxin grants him. He does not abuse it in any manner, shape, or being. He just, well, he just enjoys it. It has been 1 month since their first encounter. And every day after school and on the weekend, they go to Dagobah Beach and they train. While at home, Izuku studies workout regimens, studies different methods of, well, gaining power, strength, dexterity, making sure that he has a proper workout. Meanwhile, Toxin tries to think about different things it can do. And they've discovered a few things. One with Toxin being able to completely, well, exude this substance over Izuku's body, transforming them into a, well, into them right there. On the left is, well, how they look like whenever they're more calm and rational. On the right is, well, essentially what happens when their rage takes over. It was quite a shock to figure out both of these looks, as when Toxin first tried showing this ability off, it needlessly scared the living crap out of poor Izuku. Which, to be fair, if you suddenly went from having no superhero outfit to suddenly being placed inside of a superhero outfit, yeah, you would probably be freaking out too. Especially when you try and, question, why am I suddenly a half a foot taller and have longer arms? As for the anger part, well, that came when a particularly rough day of bullying after school came about and Izuku was trying to let off steam and, well, let's just put it this way. Toxin is not a big fan of his host being abused. So, when they both went to let off steam together. Yeah, poor truck. And needless to say, that right then and there, they both promised to keep their anger in check as much as possible. Now, you may be asking, well, how has his school life been affected by this? And to be fair, he's able to escape being the target of bullies for, well, a lot easier, and for many, many reasons. Essentially, Toxin acts as an extra set of eyes and, well, has a few tricks up its sleeve that not even it knows about, due to its lineage. As Toxin warns Izuku about external threats, mainly that of Bakugo, trying to, well, assault him either physically or verbally, or one of his goons trying to do so. And it has been pissing Bakugo off. And he's also been noticing how Deku has changed. He keeps seeing this once string bean of a kid coming in and day out. The person he had under his boot. The person who he thought he showed him where his place was. Just start changing, being more responsive, even going so far as to actually to dare run away from him. Oh, that made him furious. How dare he escape how dare he try to escape the beatings that he deserved for being a worthless, pathetic Deku. Yes, truly a horrible crime. But as it progressed, Inko back at home, well, mothers know best, and motherly instincts, they're hard to deceive. At which point, Izuku and Toxin came to a consensus to show her, which they, well, put on the left version. The nice, smooth exterior, calm version of their symbiosis. At this, Inko freaked out. And Izuku pretty much had to tell her, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's still me. It's still me. I'm still me. And at that point, he basically had to go through with the cover story that him and Toxin made. At how he just found out he had a quirk. How he didn't know how to tell her, and that it happened after the incident at the beach. How it was awkward considering everything else going on, and he would prefer to keep it at least a little bit quiet until he's more comfortable with it. He proceeds to tell her about the training at Dagobah Beach, and also tells her why his intake of food has drastically increased as well. Yes, little Izuku is no longer little. Even after just 1 month, he has gained, well, a solid portion of muscle mass. Nothing too extravagant, but For a month of gain, that isn't too shabby. It also doesn't hurt the fact that you literally have a being inside of you that can restore you to default setting. Well, restore your stamina to default setting with just a bit of encouragement and some food. Gotta love healing factors, folks. Gotta love healing factors. With this, well, Inko devolves into a giant, cascading waterfall of tears, of pure bliss, joy, and a little bit of sadness. Knowing that with this happening to him, he will most likely try and still go after his dream of being a hero. Not only doing the one thing she never wanted him to do, but also doing the one thing that she knew she never supported him on doing. But she is also happy that her boy now finally has his quirk. With this, she, begins to question, why did it take so long, do you think? And at that point, he basically tells her, I needed to pack on a certain bit of mass, as well as, according to it, Toxin, I needed to have a life-threatening experience. Life-threatening? Turns out I hit my head a lot harder than I thought. And, Toxin heals me. Toxin? Yeah, that's what he goes by. He? It's better if we show you. As they take that form yet again. Hello, Mother. Zuku? Well, yes and no. We are Toxin. We are a mixture of Zuku and Toxin. We just prefer Toxin, though. Huh? How do I... Right. Thank you. I cannot speak outside of this form with people. I talk with Izuku, but in his head. Try to watch out for him and keep him safe. Keep us safe. But like this, I can speak through him. If he allows it, which he does. He is very kind. So, you're a part of him, but you're sentient? Yes, believe they're called sentient quirks. I haven't really looked that far into Izu's head. We try and keep each other some privacy, but hard when we share a body. I hope you aren't too offended by our as he is engulfed in a Mama Inko hug. So you're like my other baby. Like, what is going on, Zozo? Congratulations, dude. You done played yourself. What do you mean? Simple. You introduced yourself as basically my brother. What? Sorry? No, you basically are my brother, so, yeah. Welcome to the family, pal. Get prepared for more of these. This feels oddly comforting. As Toxin hugs back Mama Inko with, well, yeah, all nice and cuddly relationship. But we're not here for that. We're here for the month time skip. And yes, things, well, at the end of this month progress further and further. Izuku keeps on increasing his training, his workout regimen, his cardio, and, well, everything else you can think of, while giving himself only a little bit of time to work on, well, him and Toxin's quirk, so to speak. Do you think we should regulate more time into working our quirk? Maybe later. By the way, what happened to the soothing voice? Oh, you mean this? Yeah. Oh, well, I talked to you like that mainly because I thought, talking in the standard tone, well, might have creeped you out. Also, it's kind of how we're forced to speak whenever we're combined as one. It's basically how our tone is. But if you prefer, we can just talk to each other in a more, I don't know. It's okay, Toxin. You don't have to force yourself to do anything. Just be you, bro. You seriously count me as a brother? Of course. I mean, heck, you are only a month old? Yeah. Well, maybe this is like puberty for you. Never thought of it like that. Yeah, so relax. I don't know how fast your kind grows, but if it's anything like this, well, we're looking forward to it for a while. And besides, as he begins to stretch and feels the standard easing and loud pops along his body as he stretches and folds his torso into proper shape. We'll always be there for each other, right? Right. You can count on me. Cool. All right. Now, what were you asking? Should we increase our quirk training time together? Work more along the lines of full control. Maybe, but we still have a few months before well, even thinking about signing up for UA, and even then we'll have 10 months before I can actually go to the entrance exam. So, I think it'd be best if we, try to increase our base as much as possible before we try doing something more strenuous. Oh? Yeah, learn to walk before you learn to run. Yes, I can see that. Besides, with our abilities like this, we'll be in UA for 3 years. I'm sure there'll be plenty of times for us to full on train and master our abilities there. Yes, that would be useful. What's the matter? I don't know. I just feel like something strange is on the horizon. Alright. Well, if you ever feel like talking, you know what to do. I mean, I'm one of the few people you can talk to. Yes. I appreciate that. Brother. No problem, bro. As well, yes. him and Izuku continue to full on dive into, well, their training and workouts, continuing to avoid Katsuki, continuing to, well, pretty much clean up, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally, Dagobah Beach, intentionally by using the stuff there as training weights, and unintentionally whenever they go into quirk training and kind of smash stuff all the way away or shatter it into a bunch of pieces. Yeah, you'd be surprised how often that happens. As a couple of months pass by yet again, Izuku's gotten more fit. He's gotten to be fantastic with running. It's gotten to a point where even Bakugo using his explosions to launch himself forward has a hard time keeping up. And he's gotten, well, a bit more confidence. Not a lot, but a bit. Point to where he begins to start actually questioning his relationship with Ka-chan. As Toxin is essentially stating, I really wish we could kick him so hard in the balls they would fly out of his mouth. Toxin, what the heck, man? Sorry, but when I see that little bastard, I really want to hurt him. Okay, dude, calm down. Sorry. Just how can you put up with that? We have to. Remember, we were going to keep our power a secret. I know. It was my idea, but seeing you get pushed into that situation, I don't know what it is, but I just wanna, pardon me, as Toxin auto transforms on the beach into the monstrous form of, well, angry Toxin. As he changes his arm unintentionally into a more axe-like design, slamming into a pile of rubble, cleaving through, well, all the trash that was there, creating a bit of a shockwave of debris, dirt, well, debris, sand, and a lot of garbage and refuse. Toxin? As they slowly go back to normal. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I just got so angry. It's okay. It's okay, Tox. We're in this together. I get that it makes you angry, but it'll be okay. I can handle Kachan's bullying. I always have. I thank you for being mad for me, but we just gotta be we can't, this just proves we can't show this off just yet. Huh? We have to control ourselves. If we let loose, we'd hurt him, and that's not what heroes do. Even if you don't like someone, you can't just hurt them. I understand that. It's just, he talks about being a hero, like the one that you look up to, All Might, but he does so many damaging things. He says brutal and hurtful things. And not to mention everything he does to you. Pushing you down, kicking you, blowing up your stuff. Every time I hear an explosion now, I wonder. It's okay, Tox. It's okay. I'm here. Breathe, Tox. Breathe. I don't have lungs. Okay, uh, um, you have nothing, don't you? Yeah, I got nothing. You wanna, I don't know, run up and down the beach in the powered up form? What'd you want to say? Well, think about it. You want to talk quirks? Maybe, come up with a name for this? Well, I actually thought of a name. What? Well, think of it like a catchphrase. Catchphrase? What do you mean catchphrase? Well, maybe not catchphrase. Catchphrase be better. Activation. Like in those animes you like to watch. Uh, okay. What do you got in mind? Well, think about it. As thanks to being bonded with Izuku first, Toxin has picked up a few habits from its host. One of which being that very analytical and easily distracted mind of good old Izuku. Think about it. Like, whenever we're gonna change, right? Yeah, we can, you could just say, uh, like, suit up. Suit up, really? That's what you got? What? I thought it was pretty cool. Dude, just like, really? It doesn't even feel like a suit, though. It just feels like an extra article of clothing. I'm basically wearing you, dude. You're not a suit. Well, technically, I am a suit, but you. Like, well, what do you suggest? Smart guy? It's like, let's see here. Um. Da, 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 da. Mask? 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 Well, think about it. Suit up is two words and easily recognizable. Mask just. What the heck? Why did he say mask? What the shit? Think about it. Throw a lot of people off. Yeah. And besides, I technically do gain a mask when we're like that. I mean, that's technically true. And, well, it goes along with not feeling like a suit thing, so it's just like an extra article of clothing. So, what do we call, Big Broody? Big Broody? You know what I mean. Monster Mask? Monster Mask. Oh, I like the Monster Mask. It's like, hold up, don't start liking that. Like, come on, you like it too. We kind of look like All Might from the neck down. Yeah, but from the neck up, we kind of, look like a monster, jagged teeth and all. I mean, technically speaking, we'd have the jagged teeth in our mask form as well. We do? Dude, you've never opened your mouth when we were like that, have you? Well, I mean, no, yeah. Like, if you ever bother to open your mouth, you would reveal like a mini row of sharp teeth. Seriously? Yep. Holy cow, that's kind of terrifying, yet cool. I know, right? Okay, so. Well, all right. now that that's sorted out and we've kind of dealt with the anger, what do we do now? I say we head home. Katsuran! Right, I forgot. Right. Forgot how late it is. And you are right. Mom's making katsudan. Let's get the hell out of here. As well, yes, he takes off back home. And yet again, and I swear, this will be the last time skip of this episode. As month number 4 comes in. Well, I should say the end of month number 4. The last day before summer break and the last big day of school after final exams, after everything. I wouldn't say summer break. Japan doesn't get a summer break, so to speak. They get a break, but pardon me. Sorry about that. Went on a tangent. The big finals. As Izuku's in class, and Toxin is just going, another day with these assholes. God. I swear I could eviscerate them. Toxin, calm down. They don't make me calm. Zuko, can't we just leave? We filled out our tests. It's like, I wish it'd be that simple, but we gotta stay like this for now. We can't transfer at the end of the year like this. Not to mention, Mom pays a good bit for this school. She still thinks me and Katsuki are friends. She still thinks me and Kachan are friends. And honestly, I'm scared to tell her otherwise. My mom didn't have it easy having, quirkless kid. Mitsuki was her only friend. If we reveal everything like this, she loses that. You have to go and kill my revenge. Come on, man, it won't be that bad, just a little longer. Fine. As the teacher talks up, well, class, you all, handed in your reports about what you all want to be when you grow up. Fill them out, So, as he begins to idly thumb through it, he goes, then tosses it straight up into the air, scattering the papers everywhere. Who am I kidding? We know what you all want to be. You all want to be heroes. As, yet again, the class devolves into very asinine misuse of quirks. As Izuku just buries his head down onto his desk, and after a couple of seconds of this going on, you hear a loud boom from Katsuki Bakugo's right hand. He goes, oh, come on, Teach. Quit giving all these idiots praise. You know none of them's gonna be as good as I am. I'm gonna pass up all these B-listers and head straight for the top. They'll be lucky if they get positions as B-rank sidekicks. It's like, oh yes, Katsuki Bakugo. If I'm not mistaken, you signed up for UA, right? Yeah, of course I did. Man, I hear they only have like a 5% entrance from all the applicants that join up. Yeah, I know, right? And Katsuki's cool. With that quirk of his, he'll be able to get in there in no time. It's like, as Katsuki's got that smug look on his face, he goes, "Ah, yes, Izuku Midoriya. You also signed up for that, right?" It's like, oh, man. I hate that bastard. Every chance he gets, he tries to undermine us, he tries to out us, and he makes us a target. Are you sure I can't just, No, Toxin, bad. No, bad. We'll go for some more exercise later, but no. Right. Sorry, it's just. As they're talking in their head, boom! A hand slams down on his desk. What the hell, Deku? I thought I told you quit trying for this shit. You're worthless, useless, good for nothing, Deku. You always have been, you always will be. Why won't you get in your head that you don't deserve to go to UA? That you just can't make it. So, quit it. At this, Izuku just goes, just leave me be, Kachi. What? What did you just call me? I said, leave me be, Katsuki! As Izuku stands up and looks Bakugo dead in the eyes. All the students are stunned, and the teacher is stunned. Never once in the entire 15 years of these kids knowing each other, of all through the Aldera schools. Remember, I said UA is a college. Did Izuku ever stand up to him? Katsuki is beyond livid as he prepares to draw back and, blast Izuku dead center on the chest. But as he does so, he just, grabs his arm and moves him off to the side. What the hell? As Katsuki basically stumbles for a few feet as Izuku gets, into a more defensive posture. Leave me alone, Katsuki. What the hell happened to you? Who the hell are you? I'm Izuku Midoriya. And I'm tired of your shit. Everyone there, shocked as always. Because again, Izuku has never talked back. And he most certainly has never cursed. And at that point, the teacher says, Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki, knock it off. Izuku, disrupting class, you're getting detention for 1 hour after school. But he was the one that you irked him and caused more of it. 1 hour after school detention. Understood? I said understood. Understood! As Izuku levels a glare at the man. An unsettling glare. The glare at which, a person of indomitable will levels a hatred glare at someone completely beneath him. It actually makes the teacher flinch. Right. As they take their seats and as the class continues, at the end of the day, Izuku's getting prepared to go to detention when Katsuki, steals his notebook away from him. What the? I told you. Quit trying for UA. And then you have to get the balls to try and stand up to me? Learn your place, you shitty Deku. As Katsuki slams the notebook into his fist and causes an explosion with his palm, burning the exterior of that notebook to a decent degree. As Izuku looks at this and just goes, no, I spent like 30 hours on that book alone. I just got it. It had the new hero, Mount Lady's information on it. And a couple of the other new heroes. All going through his head. Meanwhile, Toxin is furious. As Katsuki just chunks the book straight out the window and grabs Izuku's shoulders, starting to let loose the explosive nitroglycerin sweat he has on his body, well, on his hands, onto Izuku's shirt, slowly lighting it to cause that burning sensation and, well, smoke to come up from his shoulder as he stares daggers into Izuku's soul. You don't get it. You're a pebble in my path. You're nothing. At least you finally stopped calling me Kachan. But you need to learn your place. You can't be a hero without a quirk. You are worthless. Less than worthless. You are useless. Get that through your skull, and maybe you'll be able to find a penance of a happy life. Got it? As he lightly slaps Izuku on the face, almost in a mockingly kind manner. As Izuku begins to tear up, staring at Katsuki as he walks away. Before he walks completely out the door, he turns around. You know, there actually may be one way for you to get a quirk. Huh? You know, why don't you take a swan dive off the roof of the building and wish for a quirk in your next life? And with that, Toxin snaps, angered that not only his host, but the being he considers a brother has now not only been insulted, but now told to kill himself. A crimson-black tendril lunges from out of Izuku's back, over his shoulder, and into the wall right next to Katsuki Bakugo's head. The impact so quick, so jarring, that it completely stuns everyone there. As Izuku just screw you, Kachan. Screw you. The one person I looked up to for most of my damn life. The guy who I thought was my brother at one point. Screw you! As, well, instead of going to detention, he just decides to, well, jump out the window. that his book went out of. As Katsuki, completely stunned by Izuku suddenly having a quirk that nearly killed him, now all of a sudden realizes the crazy bastard just jumped and tries to run over, realizing, oh shit, I could get in trouble for this, and might feel a little bit guilty about it. But as he gets to the door, the window, there's no splat. There's no red pavement. There's just Izuku grabbing his notebook out of the koi pond and running off full speed. As Katsuki looks at his two extras and goes, "What the hell? That bastard was hiding a quirk this entire time? That bastard!" As, well, he tries to run after him. All three of the goons try and chug-a-lug straight down the chairs, try and go straight out, but they can't find Izuku. They have no idea where to even begin looking, as Izuku has gotten really good at running away. And so, we cut to Izuku, walking underneath the bridge to head home, realizing he just skipped out on detention and nearly killed Kachan. So more than likely his mother's going to be getting a call sometime soon. And he's going to have to explain to her a whole bunch of very, very, very bad things. Oh, this sucks. As Toxin just goes, "I'm sorry, I lost control, and I this is all my fault." "No, bro, no. It's both our faults. Maybe we should have come clean at the beginning about me gaining a quirk and trying all this, but you were right, but at the same point in time, I don't know. It wasn't just you. Don't blame yourself. This was my fault too." As they go underneath a bridge and through the sewers, they, suddenly smell a very foul substance of, several things I'm not allowed to say, but very, very gross sewage smell. As a being calls out from behind him, "Ah, finally, a medium-sized meat suit. Perfect for hiding. Now, hold still and let me take your body." As the sludge villain tries to get closer, he's immediately cut off by a tendril lash straight to its eyeball. As, it recovers, it suddenly sees its attempted victim in a completely decked out hero suit, and with a voice completely not matching the somewhat kind yet intimidating figure. "Sorry, body's taken, but if you want to fight, I'll gladly give you one." As the sludge villain is taken back by this wave of rage flowing off of this being. "What happened to the kid?" "Oh, sorry. Do you not recognize me? Here, let's see if you recognize this." As yet again, more tendrils are shot out at this being made of pure sludge, as it, takes good solid chunks off of it, testing a hypothesis Izuku has. Okay, so interesting. Indeed, its only weak spots are its teeth and eyes. Got it. We need to disperse it as quickly as possible. Got any ideas, Tox? Yeah, I've got a couple. As they begin to completely throw down, the sludge villain firing its own sludge-based tendrils towards Toxin, but Izuku and Toxin of dodging and evading, utilizing their months of training to, well, overwhelm this poor D-class villain to where they get right up close and personal with its eyes as Izuku just doubles back its fist and goes, "You know what to do." Oh yeah. As Toxin makes a spiked, well, a large spiked fist and just, well, they let loose, slamming it straight into the eye of the sludge villain, completely making it, well, scream in pain, agony, sorrow, and pure misery as it recoils away. But as it does, the manhole cover pops off from the sewer grate, and a telltale voice is heard. There's no need of fear, for I am here. Texas, smash! Boom! As a large gust of wind is launched straight for both Izuku and the sludge villain, causing the sludge villain to fly and impact on the nearby brick wall, splattering it. And Izuku to get, well, rocked a bit and almost sent flying if it not for the tendrils embedding itself in the ground. All Might approaches Izuku and goes, "And who are you, young man?" As quickly the tendrils, the symbiote body regresses, and what's left is a fairly, decently decently muscled, but bit lanky teenager. Hi, All Might, sir. Thank goodness you got here when you did. Oh, I was walking home and that thing attacked me. Um, uh, I didn't mean to go as far as I did. I don't want to be a vigilante, but it was saying something about taking over my body, and I already had a. I'm sorry. As All Might immediately notices, like, I see. That's more than understandable, young man. I appreciate your honesty. In addition, I also can see that you were quite the strategist, holding on as long as you did, with someone as limited quirk training as you. Yeah, very limited. I tried aiming for its weak points, and being able to deduce those weak points in such a quick fashion. Very good job. It took me the second attempt of trying to catch this fiend to find out its proper weaknesses. As All Might goes over and begins collecting the sludge villain in a bottle. As he notices some steam begin to waft off of him. He goes, "Damn it. Time limit's up." Izuku doesn't catch this, but Toxin catches this. Time limit. Huh? What was that, young man? Nothing. I just thought I heard something. I see. Well, I'll be off. All right, sir, if I can, I just want to ask a few. I'm sorry, young man, but I cannot answer any questions at this moment in time. I must be going. As, well, he rockets off. But Toxin isn't willing to just let it be at that and quickly morphs over Izuku's body. Toxin, what the hell are you doing? Like, bro, think about it. This will be your only chance to ask that question you've been wanting to ask. Come on. But we can't just. It's not like I can do it. We don't even know where he went. Yes, we do. What? How do you. I can track him. What do you mean? I can track anybody. Wait, what do you mean you could track anybody? Anyone who I've seen, or anyone who I've met, or anyone that I know. I know where they are. Wait, what? You can find them? Yep. Now, are you gonna sit around, or can we follow them? Right. As, well, they do just that. Boom! Jumping off straight after All Might. As All Might lands on the top of the building, beginning to give off more steam. It was, thank gosh, I was able to, what the hell? As he sees the same teenage boy land right on the same rooftop as he did. Young man, I can excuse one act of vigilantism, considering you were saving yourself and protecting yourself. But you willingly broke the law here. What on earth do you think you're doing? Sorry, kid. I really don't want to have to be harsh on you like this, but I don't have the time, he thinks in his head. I'm sorry, sir, but there's something I really need to ask you. What could be so important you'd risk going to jail? Can a person like me, a person who only gained their quirk a few months ago, can they be a hero too? What? As steam begins to billow and erupt off of him, as All Might goes, damn it! And, well, Small Might appears in his stead. As Izuku looks at this, and Toxin look at this, what the hell? As All Might just goes, calm down, kid, calm down. Listen, I'm going to be entrusting you with a very great secret. So, wait, are you who are you? Are you a fake? Are you can't be All Might. Like, All Might big, you tiny. It's like, no, I am All Might. Tell me, what do you know of my quirk? Virtually nothing. I mean, there have been speculations, but the only thing concrete that I've been able to get close to is something akin to a stockpiling. What made you go to that route? Well, standard strength enhancement quirks have usually have the backlash of, well, making it to focusing on one muscle group in the body, like Captain Celebrity, and, well, a few others, like Death Arms. But with you don't seem to have that problem, not to mention it could be just be an abnormality, but you seemed to get stronger as time went on during your fights, meaning you were storing up energy or fully letting loose your energy after gauging them. Interesting hypothesis. Not completely right, but more right than some of the other things I've heard. Thank you. Anyways. Yes, well, essentially whenever he lifts up his shirt and goes, what happened? I got into a dangerous fight, 6 years ago. It took cost me my lung and one of my lungs and my stomach. Holy. Wait, was it with Toxic Chainsaw? No, if it was with Toxic Chainsaw, he shouldn't have been able to land that big of a blow on you. You're perceptive. No. This one was off the books. Couldn't be revealed what happened. But I digress. Ever since then, my time as All Might has been dwindling. I've now gotten it to where it's about 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day? Yep. No. But what will happen when you're gone? That's what I'm trying to avoid, kid. As for what you asked, you seem to have a very powerful quirk. And you said you only got it a few months ago? 4 months ago. 4 months. Yeah. It was rough. But I just want to be a hero and save people like you. I always have. You have a good heart, kid. If I were you, just keep training hard, and eventually, yes, I say you can be a hero. But cut down on the quirk usage outside without your license. It will get you in trouble. And with this, Toxin says in his head, "Hey, Zuko, what? You really love this guy, right? He's like a big deal, right?" "Well, yeah, haven't you ever seen me watching it? Have you not seen my room?" Like, "Yeah, I've seen your room." So, he's a really big deal, right? "Yes, he's the biggest deal," Izuku says out loud, as All Might begins to look at him a bit quizzically, like, huh? Alright. In that case, let me talk with him. What? You don't want him to be like this, right? You want him to be fully back to normal? Yeah, but how can you... What do you mean? Do you have a plan? Yeah, it's gonna suck for both of us. What do you mean suck for both of us? I mean it's gonna suck for both of us. But if you really are desperate to make sure he stays alive, I can do it. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I can do it. Yeah, yes, Toxin, please do it. As again, All Might's going like, what? Wait, what? Toxin? Toxin? Do what? Toxin's doing what? As, again, Izuku morphs into his suit-like form. And, well, All Might begins to hear the more gravelly and less innocent tone. Hey, I'm Izuku's quirk. I'm sapient. I can't communicate unless we're one. Otherwise, I live inside of his bloodstream, if you will, his internal nerve systems and such. Okay. What are you getting at? As he holds out his arm and in his other one creates an axe-like weapon at the end of his hand. He then sticks out his pointer finger and in one quick, powerful motion, slices off his own finger as All Might is freaking the fuck out as then he notices the pointer finger begins to regrow at an alarming rate. And the previous pointer finger is now, well, dissolving into a muck and returning into the main body. I have a hyper regenerative solution. If you're willing to risk it, we believe we can save you. What? What do you mean, save me? Your injury. I can regenerate complicated organs, completely restore them, even if they've been missing. You're joking. No. Not at all. No, I've been to many doctors. There's no way that can be true. I'm being truthful, sir. I wouldn't lie to you. If you're willing to let us, Izuku wants to save you. And what about you? Izuku is my brother. If he trusts you, I trust you. After all, you're a hero. And from what he's shown me, a hero amongst heroes. If you truly are as good as he says you are, then this is more than worth it. What would be the cost to you? Something like that can't be done freely, I imagine. We can worry about that later. For now, would you mind if we helped you? So how would we do this? Simple. Lay down. Here. As Toxin points to the surface of the roof. As Toshinori Yagi does exactly that. Toxin barricades the door to make sure no interruptions take place, as then he lays down next to him and reverts back into, well, inside of Izuku for a brief moment before the ebony crimson sludge pulsates out of Izuku's body and begins to wrap over to Yagi's. What the? Relax, All Might, sir. It'll be okay. Just trust him. You sure this is part of it? Yes, sir. I trust Venom. No, pardon me. Sorry about that, folks. I got a little tongue-tied there. I trust Toxin with my life. He's never done me wrong. Right. Okay. Young, Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya. Right. Young Midoriya. I'll trust in you. As Toxin basically keeping connected to Izuku makes a type of pseudo bond with Toshinori, allowing him to, well, go inside of the wound and begin to heal him from the inside. As he's doing that, both people are, well, unconscious. Completely and totally in a dream-like state. As Toxin is multitasking its metaphorical posterior off, trying to fix the damage and trying to only take the minimal amount of, well, nutrients from Izuku's body as possible to fix said damage. And oh boy, is there a lot of damage. But while he's in the middle of this process, Toxin feels a strange energy begin to flow from Toshinori. This overwhelming power at first seems to try and shove him away, but afterwards seems to try and course along through him. However, Toxin is having none of that. It doesn't know what's going on. It's scared. It has no idea what this strange power is. So it puts up as much barriers as possible between this strange power as well as and Izuku's body, while trying to keep its promise of repairing Toshinori Yagi's flesh. But in making this connection and putting up these barriers to prevent this overwhelming energy from flowing through, he has disconnected the mental barriers that connect the two of them. And they begin to see quite a few interesting things. Izuku is basically living a dream of a lifetime, watching several of All Might's past fights as if he was a front row seat in a theater, watching as this crazy powerful person, completely devoted to justice's sake, thoroughly trounces villainy one after the other after the other. He also witnesses several things that cause him mild terror, like a somewhat elderly man in white and yellow spandex beating the living hell out of his idol. He gets to see everything from Toshinori's time in America to quite a few, well, let's just say, less than PG moments. But on the opposite side of that spectrum, All Might is seeing Izuku's life, and he is horrified. He sees this for something that it is. A true demonstration of a failed society. He watches as this kid grows up in the closest thing he can put to as a hellish environment outside of his loving and caring mother, who also didn't support his dreams. Not that he could completely blame her, but it doesn't stop the pain nonetheless. He sees this child grow, watches him constantly getting abused, berated, threatened, ousted, outcasted, tricked. Constantly on life's shit list. And yet still trying, no, begging for something, someone, anyone to believe in him. And then he sees the day in question, Dagobah Beach. And upon looking at what happens, he instantly is hit with a sense of deja vu. As we cut to All Might's, to Izuku's side, as one of the memories he's seeing in America is of All Might drinking and having fun with, well, a couple of support course friends, David Shield and Peter Parker? Holy crap. All Might knew Peter Parker of Parker Industries? I knew he knew David Shield, but I never knew he knew Peter Parker. The number 17 hero, Spider-Man? Oh man! As time progresses through there, he's able to see more and more of, well, the different sides of All Might. Including a couple of times when All Might and Spider-Man teamed up to fight the villain known as Venom. Venom? Is he related to Toxin? As he sees this creature, well, swing around like Spider-Man, being able to, looking similar to how Izuku and Toxin look in their rage state, including the several snarling fangs and everything. He goes like, wait, is Toxin Venom's, are they related? As yes, they find more and more information about one another. Until eventually, the process is done. And Toxin can't scramble back to Izuku fast enough, leaving behind whatever strange energy was inside of All Might. But it cost Izuku a bit, more than a pound of flesh, so to speak. As All Might snaps awake, what the hell was that? Wait. He begins rubbing his chin. As he inspects it, there's no blood. Huh? He checks his body where his wound was, and there's nothing. There's no scar. There's no depression. He takes in a deep breath, and there's both sides of his rib cage inflate. He's got his organs back. His stomach growls. He hasn't heard that bastard in years. And it growls, and it honestly makes him so happy. Until he looks over at Izuku, who now looks like a bit of an emaciated skeleton himself. Nowhere near to the extent of All Might, but yes, he is drastically decreased in stature. As All Might goes, Kid, please stay with me. Are you alive? Midoriya! I'm alive. Right. What did you do? What was that? I don't know. I don't know what happened. But Are you safe? Boy, this is no time. Are you healed? Yes, boy, I'm healed. Good. I'm, I'm so glad. As he puts on this big smile on his face, goes, damn it. No, you ain't going away on me like this. As All Might quickly dials up a button, dials up on his phone. Nezu. Hmm? Yes? What is it, All Might? Listen, I don't have time to explain. Tell Recovery Girl to be ready immediately when I show up. Hmm? What's the matter? I'm bringing someone there. Big news. Very big. I think I found my successor. Hmm. And what's wrong? He's injured. If he keeps up like this, he may die. I can't let him slip through, Nezu. As All Might transforms into, well, All Might. And easily picks up Izuku and, well, launches himself straight towards good old UA. And at that, I think I'll end it for this episode. It's already run on long enough as it has. Have a blessed one. And as the Crimson Jester, stay safe.